So then I push the button and I look at it and I just get started. And I'll say like, hey, welcome to, this is another Motel Granite presentation with my Texas Longhorns. We're playing a home game against, I think this is the Miami Hurricanes. And so I just promote the whole, yep, there's the University of Miami. They're ranked number 16. We're ranked number 1. We have our burnt orange jerseys on for those that are visibly impaired. And the Miami Hurricanes are out here with their black helmets, white jerseys, and their green pants. Miami's kicking off to us from right to left, from left to right, excuse me. Chris Jones is up the gut for the kickoff. He makes it to the 14-yard line before he's tackled. Now we have, this was a game that I recorded from about maybe 2 seasons ago, which is really cool. So now we come out in double tight look. We're gonna run stretch to the right. Here it comes. The give is to Biggs, Jimmy Biggs. He bounces around the outside and picks up 3 yards. So now it's 2nd and 7. John Borges, the linebacker from Florida, the sophomore, made the stop. So it's 2nd and 7 from our own 17-yard line. Let's see what play we run next. I like to thank everybody involved. Okay, we're going to a goal line look. This is going to be fullback trap to the left. Here it goes. And then he picks up enough yards for the first. I've been playing this game a while, so I somewhat know, got everything memorized. Isn't that amazing? Wow, that's maybe I need to find something else to do with my time. But here we go again. It looked like it was good to me. Let me see if we still want to run fullback trap to the left. No, we ran ISO look, giving it to our big running back, and he did not make much. I usually like to pound. I think that's my freshman tight end, number 6, Ames. So now we're going trip right. So I'm going to throw an out route to the left, but I'm changing route, so I might run a tight end drag across. Let me see. We ran a hitch. So my big tight end, who I just mentioned, my big tight end who gets open quite a bit because we got 2 6'5", 6'6" wide receivers that cause a lot of damage. Now we're going to run stretch again. This is our double tight look. We're going to the right. Oh, we ran trap action. Boom. Look at my big center, number 55, blow up a guy. And our running back advances it for 4 yards. Cashman. Oh, no, Cashman is their linebacker, their running back. Beautiful black helmets for Florida, for the Miami Hurricanes. They're 1-1. We're 3-0. The give is to Jimmy Bugs, who hurdles a defender running through the pile before he's tackled at the 42-yard line of Miami. So we're now in Miami territory, and this means that we can smell the end zone at this point. Now, we won the national championship probably 4, almost 5 years in a row. So, okay, we got an out route to the left. Here it comes. Bam. There's Ali. Puts his foot in the ground, makes the catch, turns up field, and then he's tackled. We have been beat sometimes. Cornerbacks have jumped this out route. There's a guy named Goodwin who played for the University of Cincinnati. In one of my previous recordings, he jumped the route and was gone. And then you've seen a guy from Tennessee do the same thing, catch it and run the out route and was gone. This pass was completed to Chris Jones for 9 yards. So I threw an out route to the left, out route to the right, and you've seen the tight end seam. And the rest of the time I start to run the football as we get near. This is what we call the red zone. The red zone is a 20 and in. Here's my counter, my TT, my counter tray, and a trap action. Trap and tray. We run it up the middle, and that's Morris still hurtling over the top of defenders. I usually get a top now. Okay, they got press coverage on the left and a guy with a star. I normally will run an out route here, so I'm going to try to, if I try to run a crossing route, I may call a timeout, possibly, because they got all the linebackers packed here for this cross route that I normally run. 2 corner, yeah, I'm going to call a timeout, probably. This is a bad look for what I'm trying to do. I'm letting the clock run down. See, I know me. See, I know me. Yep, I know me. That was a bad look for the play that I called. And this is a matchup thing. This is why I consider myself a great play caller, because I understand what I'm trying to do and what they're showing me. Okay, we're going to go power again. Once I get nervous, I go back to balance, and now I give it to my inside run, to my fullback. This young man was actually a tight end, and I transferred him to a fullback because I didn't have a fullback. So he's turned out to be a real blessing for me for these past 2 seasons. Very worthy. Now we're going, but I'm imagining I'm going to run ISO. I usually don't run the same thing twice. So now to give it to the big back, Arakpo, and he powers his way for the first down. So now it's 1st and goal from the 2. I usually do not throw passes down here, so don't look for it. I have been notorious for running my wildcat look. Well, I'm going to run stretch. And right now we're running stretch to the right. Cotton likes it. And we ran a trap action. Bam, we're in there. I love this. So I run out of the double look, the double tight look. I run a lot of stretch, which is a zone action for, there's 2 in my system for runs. And then there's a trap action. That's actually power. So that double tight look, I'm going to start, as my seasons go further, I'm going to start running multiple plays out of the same look. That's what I'm interested in developing. And that's how I make this playbook of mine in real life come to life. Okay, the kickoff is to Miami. He's under it in the end zone, and he gets popped at the 18-yard line, was sent backwards. And here comes my excellent defense. But on this level, this is the highest level of the skill set that the game offers, the AI. So now you get a chance to see, and you can see the crowd is shaking. You don't hear it that much, but the Paul Stadium thing is up in the corner, and he's back to throw a quick set. He fires the out route, and it's complete. That young man, number 21, plays corner, Darquez Cone, is very dangerous. So don't be surprised if you see him get an interception. Okay, here's the throw. Now they're just whipping it down the field. This happens quite a bit. John Wilkes Booth is my safety number 6. He is the best defensive player I've ever had since I've been playing this game. Amazing on blitzes for the quarterback. And I like to spot check him a lot. Where is he at in this set? I didn't see him. Okay, so they're fooling around with Darquez Cone. I'm telling you now, that's a dangerous thing. Usually by the time they get down near the red zone, so this is normal. They start moving the football, and then sometimes the door gets shut, and sometimes they close, but here we go. They run in a zone look. We push the end up, and then Williams, our safety, strong safety, came up. Granger came up and made the stop. So now they got a heavy formation here. We got 2 deep safeties, so this is good for them for the run. Probably going to gain a lot of yards if they run it, but they threw an out route to the tight end who we shoved him out of bounds. That's our corner. On my screen here, I'm showing that I'm getting ready to do, okay, I'm thinking I'm going to pile it up. I'm thinking run, 3rd and 3. Let's see. I got 5 defensive linemen in. The quarterback is changing the routes. The inside quarterback keeps it, and he makes it to the first down. We had 5 linemen, I guess, run, but they did a good job of blocking. So sometimes it's when you're coaching, sometimes there's just better plays that's done. And this is an empty set. Nobody's in the backfield but the quarterback. So he's back to throw, and now he turns the corner to run. So it was a design run. He never planned on doing any throws. He tried to see if he could get that look. They have that beautiful silver stripe down the middle of their helmet. But we was actually up for the task. We blitzed. I ran a 4-4 blitz, sent everybody, and that's usually what I do if I can see that there's an empty set. On the screen, if you guys pay attention to when we come back, they show you the formation sometimes, or the package. If it's going to be 2 tight ends, 1 running back, 3 wide receivers. I'll show you this coming up here. That was John Wilkes making that stop there doing that little dance. Cheerleaders are celebrating. What's up? There you go, John Wilkes. That's my junior. He left after this junior season. I couldn't talk him into staying. He's a great player. So here we go. Now you can see up there where it has the U and the countdown on the clock. There's one running back, two tight ends, two wide receivers. If you're quick enough to get that, they only give you like 12 seconds. So you have to decipher a lot of information. They're showing you the tackles and people. It's a lot of information to process in 12 seconds. So here we go. We got trips to the left with a tight end attached. See, there you go. You almost fooled around with Darqueze Cone. He seems to get a lot better once we get backed up. And so we was able to hold the line, and now they want to punt the football. I don't know if I shared with y'all. We're number one again in the nation at 3-0. The punt was low and kicked, and Chris Jones waved for fair catch. The ball bounced into the end zone, so we'll start on our own 20-yard line. It's going to probably be fullback dive. I usually like to run. We're going to run it to the right. Oh, I ran the inside give to the tailback, which is sweet. Either way, I try not to wear my fullback out. Try to use them a lot down in medium yardage, not short yardage, because they will create a package to stop the inside run. This time we was nailed, so it's 3rd and 9, 2 run plays. We've been stuffed. So we're on our own 21. I'm going to probably run inside give again. Here it goes. And we had a lineman threw a guy. Could have been called for holding. Got away with it. And we emerged for the first down. For anybody that's watched any of my previous telecasts, I tell you before, this is my bread and butter play. It's a spread formation where I run trap action with my guards. And sometimes it works out really well. And then sometimes it gets us. Out route to the receiver to the left. There's Ali, throws it, bang. And he makes the first down. So here he goes, makes his mark. And this is what I do to torch people on a regular basis. Sometimes they stop me. So now I want to throw out to the right to Chris Jones. Let's see if I still go with it. They got press coverage. This is dangerous. He got a star. So I think I wanted to have a tight end because there's a little bit of space. Tight end coming across. The pressure was there. I didn't feel comfortable. Took off and ran. Sometimes I cannot slide, but it worked out that time for Gregory Cotton. 6'4" quarterback. Sometimes we fumble the ball. Sometimes I don't execute the slide right. So we run a stretch. We ran inside power. When you see number 55 wrap around there. This season, a lot of my offensive linemen had stars underneath them. There's 2 stars on both my backside guard and backside tackle. So if you notice, I run a lot away from that because I know they have their men blocked, or my center as well. So now my whole left side of my line got stars up underneath their cleats. And it works out. There's an out route again to Ali. He almost broke the tackle. The cornerback wrapped him up around his waist and pulled him down. And we're inside of Miami territory once again. Sometimes these games get away fast, and I won't hold y'all for a whole lot of recording, but we got a heavy formation. The 2 linebackers are threatening to blitz, and they're going to drop out. Whenever I see that, what you see is not always what you get. 2 linebackers was threatening to blitz in the A-gap. Neither one of them came. They backed out. I ran fullback trap, but they still was able to tackle me. 2nd and 9. This is an out route to the top. Here it comes. Bang. The ball was thrown low. Chris Jones still reached back, made the catch. That was helpful. I've told everybody before, Chris Jones is my buddy who passed away years ago. He had number 2 as well when we was in college. Loved Eric Metcalf, who played for University of Texas, wore the number 2. It all worked out. So Orakpo comes up the gut. The defensive tackle got knocked down. Orakpo had to jump over the top of him and lean for a first down. So now it's 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line, and we're near the red zone already. This looks like fullback trap to our right because my guard is uncovered. There it is. Whenever my left guard, number 55, is uncovered, and I got fullback trap action, I'm probably going to run it behind him as opposed to running it behind my guard that does not have the star. because 55 can push. And so we gained 6 yards on that excellent decision making. Okay, 2x2 look. This is going to be trap action again. Here it goes. The give is to Morris, my bread and butter play. He gets the first down, so 1st and 10 from the 11. One more chance to get a first at the goal line, or we just may score. There's a rack post showing the second in the country with 6 touchdowns. The young man Coleman from Notre Dame is leading. Now this is the I formation. We're going to run I to Jimmy Biggs. We're running to the left. I saw the switch. Here it comes. Biggs runs into our tackle, who holds him up, and it was enough to gain 3 yards to push closer. So that was the first time I ran ISO from the I formation. Now we're back to heavy. I get nervous down here, and I just run heavy and try to push people around. There's my fullback, and he walks in for the touchdown. I usually quit running fullback trap around the 2-yard line. I was out around the 6, so I was still safe. They don't always bring in their heavies at that point, so they were still in the idea of me passing, but I usually don't throw a pass. I run wildcat, which you haven't seen yet, and that safety is not going to be strong enough. Number 19 got bullied into the end zone. I knew he was dead meat at that point, so touchdown. And so now we're about to be up 14-0, and this game is becoming boring to me, but you got to be careful because people do come back. These teams do come back. These AIs do come back to tighten it up a little bit. So we got 4 minutes and 37 seconds left in the first half. And here's the kickoff. He receives it on the goal line. He makes it to the 14-yard line before he spun and tackled there. What we got? Top interception guys. None of my guys is on the list. Wow. All right, we got a heavy formation to the right. Two receivers to the left. Single back. 2 deep safety. Here comes motion. They fake the jet sweep, run inside power. 27 advances it for 5 yards before our defensive tackle was able to bring them down. Gideon Cashman is his name. Okay, now I can see my stadium post. Got the place shaking. They running an empty look. That wide receiver does not know what the route was, but he still made the catch. If you could see, the question mark was over top of his helmet. That let me know he really didn't know what the route was or what he was doing, but it worked out for them. And that was very dangerous because he threw that over there by where John Wilkes Booth is at. And here's the double tight look, a quick set, threw it to the tight end. He's popped and he couldn't hold on to it. So now with 2nd and 10, they got 1 running back, 1 tight end, 3 wide receivers in this set. So there's information that had to be processed quick. You see that? Here we go. He's back to throw. Sometimes they run hurry up and almost picked off. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He threw one of them little hitch routes, tried to have the guy sit down and almost got picked off by Morales, my cornerback, who normally wasn't a starter, but he ended up getting a star up underneath him anyway. So here we go, 3rd and 10. I got a defensive package in, 6 DBs. The quarterback doesn't have anywhere to go with it. He rolls and they burn Morales. Now let me tell you something that I know. When recruiting Morales is an excellent zone coverage cornerback. Usually good with the flats. When I put him in man coverage, he struggles. They recognized that, threw the pass to him, and that's how they got the first. So a strategy's going on everywhere, inside my mind, inside the AI's mind, and I'm breaking it all down for you guys that are watching. Here we go. They got 1 running back in the backfield. We're kind of playing the shallow 4 cover look. The running back bounces it on a stretch to the right where he picks up 2 yards, but it's 3rd and 8. They got 1 running back in, 2 tight ends, and 2 wide receivers. I'm probably going to go a dime package, or I got a nickel package in here, which means I'm still expecting inside run, possibly. But he throws, the running back flares out to the right. He has all day, he's going to take off and run. No, he throws it down the side. He's wide open. Did he get his foot in? Yeah, it looked like he got his right foot in, bounds first. Our pressure didn't get there. And we had Granger push him out of bounds, so that was a good play. And now Miami is threatening to score from our 9-yard line. Quarterback back to throw, quick set, this touchdown. Here they come. I just told you the game is notorious and it's cool. They make adjustments, I make adjustments, and it becomes a battle for a little while until we put a stranglehold on them and pull away. So now it's 14-7, and this is still somewhat competitive. But them being 1-1 and a 16 rank, that might be too far back to really compete with what we got going. Okay, Chris Jones settles underneath it at the 5, puts his foot in the turf, cuts to his right, avoids one tackler, and makes it to the 20-yard line. Okay, this is going to be inside trap again. Single linebacker, I love this look. When I get one linebacker in there, that's great. I feel like I can make that almost every single time if I call that play and get them caught in that defense, we're going with it. So now I want to run an out route to the left, but they got press coverage and the safety up underneath. I still threw it anyway. That was not a good decision on my behalf. They had underneath coverage. The cornerback was off about 6 yards. That was dangerous. That could have got picked off. So now they got two linebackers threatening in the A gap. We're going to run inside power because they're going to back out. So if you're playing this game, don't worry about the two linebackers threatening in the A gap if you want to run fullback trap. If you guys still run fullback trap or just like to throw passes all the time. They got press coverage. Normally I would run an out route here to your right. But they got press coverage and two deep safety. So I ran the tight end across. He's open. The pass was squeezed in there. You got to hurry up and throw it before when he becomes uncovered and before they seal him on the backside. I've seen defenses sometimes now have a strong safety come up to take off the hashes, and I've gotten burned a lot with the picks. Here we go, inside give to Orakpo. I'm actually mostly probably 70% run, 30% pass. Now we got to set up for the out route. Am I going to try this again? Okay, my receiver number 1, I'm going to run a crossing route with number 1. Here he comes. It's covered. It's covered. I still threw it. He came uncovered. The pressure didn't get there. We was able to still get the pass to Santiago. That worked out. That could have been very dangerous. We got 1 minute and 35 seconds left. Gregory Cotton threw a good football out in front. You can see the safety hurdle over the top because he was coming down screaming to take away that crossing route. Inside trap. Here it comes. If you notice that Nolan Morris has plenty of space when we run that, when we hit that trap action with my guard, number 55. He's an animal. I think he's gone now. But we got double tight look. We're going to run stretch. Stretch to the right at this point. Here we go. We kicked out the end, but they filled with the linebacker and we only got 1 yard. It happens sometimes. That's a good play by the defense. We did a good job of kicking the end out. We cut up underneath it, but linebackers filled. We're going to run the out route to the left here, or a crossing route. We ran it out. I threw it, and we got away with it. Cornerback number 21 tumbles over the top of the receiver's head. So now we're in action again. 1st and 10 from the 18, and we're only up 14-7 with 30 seconds left in the first quarter. I think this is 55 minutes of recording. Sometime my thing stops, but I'm at 23 minutes. We're going to run fullback dive. Here we go. He noses his way forward for 4 yards. This is to try to get ourselves measured for the sticks. I think I confused the computer quite a bit by making these second and short situations. I'm going to run the Orakpo this time. Ooh, that guy spun around and still made the stop. The defensive tackle. That was a good play. He was blocked when he made the spin move and made the stop. And that's the end of the first quarter as we're holding on to a 14-7 lead. I thought we was going to start blowing them away, but it didn't happen. And so we're in a dogfight. And this happens quite a bit. Here we go. Second quarter is 3rd and 4 for us from their 12-yard line. This is considered the red zone. The red zone is from the 20 yards in. With the back pylon in the end zone, the defense is allowed to pack themselves in tighter. So now it's 4th and inches. What do? I know I'm not going to kick a field goal. I'm going to go for it. This is dangerous. I have been stopped quite a bit. They got a heavy formation. Let's see what happens. Probably gonna give it to Arakpo. I do. Arakpo is forward, first down. Now he's pushing and shoving to the 4. I usually don't run fullback trap. They usually stop that play if you run it on short yardage. But what I have learned is if I do see, look how tight they are, I'll run it to the right instead of to the left. Okay, I ran Arakpo again, banging forward. He looked like he scored. They didn't give it to us, and I don't want to check it to lose a timeout. I'll just go with the second down and 1, see if we can push it in. I wish they would check it themselves. He looked like he actually scored. Give us the touchdown. We run a stretch. Stretch right here. Stretch with the track. Oh, no, we're going left. I saw Cotton make the change. Here we go. Touchdown. Yep. I know all of this stuff that's going on. This is so cool. I can look at this. This was recorded months and months ago. But I know my offense, and maybe you guys are pretty good with y'all offenses too. Once you memorize what you do, the secondary look too deep, single high safeties, cornerbacks press, people that got stars up underneath their cleats, linebackers and whatever. Is it 2 inside backers? Is this a 4-2-5 look? Is it run spread where it's 2x2 look or either 3x1? How many linebackers do I have? Are they skinny on the inside or not? So now we up 21-7. Second quarter, 13 minutes and 50-something seconds left to go. Let's see if we can stop them this time on offense. They went crazy on us on that last drive. Okay, they got a I formation, heavy to the left. Let's see what they run. They ran play action. The quarterback throws the pass, is complete. Granger is trailing behind. But that was a quick throw because we blitzed. He was able to fire the ball out. Now they're up to the 32-yard line. Trips left. Inside. Oh, play action. The ball was hit. He fumbled it. Who recovered it? There's John Wilkes. I'm telling you, that guy, he caused havoc. He caused a lot of havoc. He's gone now. He was amazing. Left after this junior year. Tried to talk him in the stand, but he left. This is cool. So now we got 2nd and 20. I'm going to probably, do I bring my dime package in? I got 2 linebackers. Maybe I'm going to go with, I'm thinking they're going to run it, huh? And they ran jet sweep, yep. Picked up a few yards. They gained 10 yards, 9 yards to make it 3rd and 11, and they're going to hurry up. So they don't give me a chance to change my defense. They're going to make me stuck. They like what they saw. So now they're running something different. That guy's wide open. Man, he's wide open. I saw him. Yeah, they burned us earlier with that same play. So this is a cat and mouse game between the University of Miami and me. Okay. The one back, he's under center. You don't see this a whole lot. A quick set, and he threw it, and the pass is knocked loose. So that's impressive to see them go up underneath the center, have a quick set, throw a slant route when it was incomplete as our linebacker separated the tight end from the pass. 2nd and 10 from the 35. Inside give, running back cuts to his left, picks up 4 yards and make it 3rd and 6. They're in field goal range. So now, then they're going to hurry up. I'm willing to give them 3 points at this stage. No more than 3. Let's see what happens. Oh, man. Same route. That's the 3rd time they got us with that route there. So I'm going to come out of that coverage. And this is a bad look. Did they run hurry up? I was talking, I missed it. A quick set. Quarterback is looking for space and runs out of it. I thought they was going to run inside power because we looked naked in our defensive tackle area. But they decided to try to throw a pass, and we was ready for the defense. I would have ran inside power, but this is why they 1-1, and they lose. Here we go. All right. Now they got We got a 2 deep safety look. Quick set. Throws. Oh, man. Tight end was wide open in the back of the end zone. And here we go. It's 14-17, 17-14. Oh, 21-14. And Miami is still fighting and clawing. And this is what I know at this point. There is a seam route that they're running to the outs where they have completed 3 deep balls on us. This ball is kicked deep in the end zone. We stayed in for the touchback, which brings it out to the 25-yard line. I don't completely know the rule whether it's 20 or 25. 12 minutes left in the second quarter. We're up 21-14 to give it to Arakpo. Number 55 again, our left guard just threw a defender out of the way, and he walked for 9 yards. So it's 2nd and 1 from our own 34-yard line with 11 minutes and 45 seconds left. We're going to run stretch to the right. No, we're running to the left. Here we go. He cuts inside because the outside guy came up on the edge and caused Jimmy Bugs to have to cut it inside, and they stopped us. But we got it first, so we didn't gain a lot of yards. Here we go, running the outside route to receiver to the right. Chris Jones pass is complete. Put 1 foot down, almost happened to dive for the catch. We got 105 yards passing, but we are 11 for 11. They're 12 for 17 for 200, so they've doubled us in the passing game. Are they checking it? Oh. Second and 2. What do I come out with? Oh, okay, I'm going to run our double T again, the inside trap. Here it comes, bang. First down, up the gut. We almost at midfield. Up on the horns for our Texas University. And we had 32 minutes on this show, so I'm probably going to get ready to stop us pretty soon. We got an out route up top, and we got the tight end coming across. Here it comes. Oh, I changed it to the wide receiver. There is my big receiver. He crossed it. I've noticed, too, sometimes when they do have the safety come down, this has been my answer for the safety coming down off the hashes to stop a crossing route, is to run the second receiver in that crossing route, and they don't get across there in time and hit the receiver before they get to that point. So I just ran double T, my trapping inside run. So now I'm running to the left. No, I was called the inside run for the running back. For Arakpo, I thought I had the fullback dive in there, but I didn't. 2nd and 8 from the 36. We're going to run an out route, but they got press coverage. I had to pull the screen back to make sure I was seeing that. So now what do? I ran across. See, that was my answer in this game. To run, instead of I normally run my tight end on the crossing, but the answer, I just went 1 receiver out and start running my second receiver across. That gives us that time. So that's play calling. So I'm telling all of you play callers to make adjustments. I don't let the defense dictate what they want me to do. I just make the adjustment myself. So I just bumped out 1 more receiver to have him running across. There's the fullback trap action. He gains 4 yards. So now we're sitting on 2nd and 6. Somebody said once before, making a profit is not a bad thing. So I'll nickel and dime you. If you pay attention, a lot of times I'm 2nd and 6. I'm ahead of the sticks. Here we go. The crossing route again. They cover it. They cut. See, you have 2 guys there. There's a strong safety that came up and a linebacker. So they made an adjustment to my adjustment. I decided to eat it. My quarterback I threw it. And here we go to Old Trusty, and they stuffed it. Now, I think I kick a field goal. Whenever I feel this kind of pressure, they got me backed up. Here we go. Now, that odometer is going crazy. My kicker is not that good. But I was able to steady his foot from wobbling, and we got the field goal in. So I'll tell anybody, I am going to concentrate to get done what I need to get done. And that's a lesson for everybody in life. Concentrate. Even if you don't have no advantages, concentrate on what you got to do. So now it's 24-14, 8 minutes left. As you can see, I'm navigating. I can't always see because my camera is in front. So I have to look around the camera. All of these adversities, and it's just amazing. Two deep safety. Here comes short motion. They fake the jet sweep, slings it outside arm, but the receiver is run out of bounds from the momentum. So now he's complaining and calling for them to run, hurry up. 2nd and 10, 8 minutes left in the first half. We're only up 24-14. Here we go. They got a trips to the left with a tight end attached in the H formation. Seam route again. They got us. Here they go. They're going to hurry up. 8 minutes and counting. They got two receivers. They're going 2 by 2 with an attached H back. Changing the routes. We don't have our pulse meter up there, so we're not bothering him right now. You know, it's Pat Crab. We got short motion, fake play action, boom. Hit right in the chest by who? John Wilkes-Booth. Punched him right in his mouth. Now, he normally play safety back there. Sometimes I blitz him. You just got to pay attention. You don't know what you're going to get. That's my strong safety. Usually sits back. This time I sent him. Let's go get him. This is like unleashing them hound dogs in the woods, looking for an assailant. 2nd and 17. I'll sit back now, probably in my dime coverage. Let's see. It look like I'm going zone. Zone. Man, these people eat up zones. Guys crossing. The pressure comes. He rolls outside of it, takes off, and he slides at the 40. Almost got the first. 3rd and 7. This guy likes to run. That really drives me and other gamers crazy when the quarterback takes off. You have everything diagnosed. Quarterback takes off and runs. 3rd and 7. Let's see. Now he's rolling out again to his right. Takes off. My linebacker did not come up in time. He was sitting there still trying to in pass coverage. So I had pass coverage called. So the linebacker did what he was supposed to do. Quarterback rolls out. He didn't decide to come up until it was too late. So that's a 1st and 10 for Miami with 7 minutes to go. We had them in 21 yards to gain, and they gained all of it. Now they run a flea flicker, an end around, excuse me. The running back handed the ball to the receiver who was coming around. And as you see this Donnie Webb playing outside linebacker, he squeezed down the tackle, and then popped out and made the stop. 3-yard loss. That's a TLF, tackle for loss. Boom! Tight end is smacked. Coming across the middle, 3rd and 11. Let's see if this guy runs it again. I'm leery of this thought process, probably. I'm in the zone look, setting up for a zone. They got 3 wide receivers, and 1 tight end, and 1 running back. Let's see what they do. 3rd and 11. He's looking. He's trying to take off. He won't make it this time. I just told y'all, he's probably going to try to run. So this is once you start to learn what the offense does, what they like to do, then I just close all that stuff down. Just shut it all down. Now they're going to have to punt it. Sometimes I rough the punter, but not this time. I decided not to blitz. No pressure. Chris Jones settles underneath it. It's actually off to his left a little bit, and the referee gets out of the way before he gets trampled out of bounds. So it's 1st and 10, 6 minutes left in this second half, the second quarter. We're going to run. They got press coverage, so we're going to run. They got press on number 1 now, my second receiver. Tight end crossing is the best I got. I might call a timeout. I should have called a timeout. No, this is dangerous. Woo! That was almost picked off. That was dangerous. And that was me forcing it. I should have called timeout. I was trying to force it. So 2nd and 10. The inside give. Bam! See, they coming across. My lineman smacked the guy. So now it's 3rd and 1. Morris is hurt. So it's 3rd and 1 from the 35. They got heavy formation. We got heavy package. Give us to a rack pole. He almost, did he make it? He got bent backwards, and we got the first down. Sometimes they don't give it to us when it's tight like that. So what we got? They got press coverage. Oh my goodness! But we got it. We probably gonna go vertical. Maybe this first time I'm gonna go deep. This might be a touchdown. Up top on the bottom here. There it goes. He's gone. Throw it. Oh! The pressure got there. You had to run a replay back to see my wide receiver was wide open. You don't get that often. And the pressure got there and I couldn't throw it. Good defense. Good defense. 31 after running double T again. Man. Gives to Arakpo. My center squeezes over to make the block. And we got an injured Miami defender. When you run a lot of inside trap like I do, these big linemen start to get hurt. And that's the part of the attrition, how the second half I wear these teams out. Here we go. 1st and 10. They got press coverage again. We can't do it. Number one is my slot. But look at how they shading on the inside. Oh, man, this is disastrous. He's coming across. Yeah. Good defense. Sometimes they do this to me. I love this. Okay. I saw that was dead in the water. Either could have called a timeout. I just ate it. Because I don't want to throw pick six no more. Used to do that early in the game in my career, but now I don't do that anymore. So I ran old trusty T. So that trap action picked up and made a 3rd and 8. Let's see what we do. We got a seam route on the tight end. He's got it. Here it is. Boom. Tight end wide open. Can't believe they gave that to us. That was interesting. They haven't seen my tight end in a while. Now they worried about number 1 running across him. Number 4 running vertical. Chris Jones on the out. And who pops open the tight end? So here we go. A lot of dangerous people out here. We got it again. Tight end. Run the hitch route one more time. Deep hitch. Here it goes. Got him again. Now sometimes I'm concerned that inside backer in that 4-2-5 look, if he's going to sink into that coverage. I've been burned by that before too. Took a chance and it paid off this time. 1st and 10 from the 19 with 4 minutes left. And we're 42 minutes into my recording. This is going to be either a rack or we're going to give it to the fullback. He cuts to his left and gets mugged backwards. But he picked up 3 yards. That's Lyle Ahmed. He got 10 catches from the fullback. 10 runs from the fullback position. Most of y'all probably don't even run the fullback. I do. So now it's 2nd and 7. Usually it's 2nd and 6. They blitz. Tried to run a screen. They got to me too fast. It's the first time I ran a screen route. Thought I could get there. I couldn't. So here we go with double T again. Trusty T to see if I can either get the first or get close enough to make a field goal attempt. Not close enough, so let me see if I kick it. Yep, I decided to kick it. My kicker is not that great. Look at that odometer going crazy. Was able to put my foot on it and stop it and make the kick go through. So that pushes us a little bit further ahead, create a little bit more comfort. 27-14 with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first half. So they'll start from the 19. Oh, they gave them the 20. 20-yard line. These are some of the last drives for Miami coming up here. They got a trips. No, they got they got trips to the left, but a double tight look. They run stretch to the right. Well, we got 3 defenders there. And our cornerback Morales, who is a zone defender. I knew that when I recruited him. And so he was able to come up and make that play. It's just in man-to-man coverage and passing game where you can get him. Quarterback back to throw. He rolls to his right, throws across his body. The ball was tipped into the air, almost caught, and he got hit. And it's an incomplete pass. So now it's 3rd and 9. They got 1 running back, 1 tight end, and 3 wide receivers. This is a 11 personnel, for those that understand personnel packages. Quarterback back to throw. The crossing route, man. They have been destroying us on crossing routes. Now they're going to hurry up. And these out routes for these vertical out routes. That's keeping them in the game. Heavy formation to the right. Trips. They run power to the weak side. Now, Darqueze Cone is a smaller cornerback, and they ran right through his tackle. That's not a strong point. He is good in pass coverage, but I understand that, so that's okay. 1st and 10 as the running back just ran through his arm tackle. 2 minutes, almost a 2-minute warning left. Then on the 34-yard line, motion comes across, play action on the give is to the running back, running power, and our linebacker, Matt Tobias, steps up to make the stop. So it's 2nd and 11, and they decide to huddle, which gives us a chance to make a personnel package change or just change the defensive look. Trips to the left with a tight end attached to the H-back. Back to throw, crossing route to 43. He was the H-back, crossed the formation. Now it's 3rd and 6. Close to the 2-minute warning as he steps out of bounds, but the clock is still running. They got a heavy formation with an I-back, with a single back look. We have a 4x4 look. Throw, the tight end makes the catch, spins, and still picks up the first. Ortiz came up to hit him. He spun off of it and did enough for the first, and there's a 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left in this first half. 2 minutes left in this recording. I'm going to be out of here. So here we go. We got heavy formation to the right. I've given you guys plenty of information, breakdowns. Oh, there it is. I told y'all about Darqueze Cone from the beginning. Number 21, down in the red zone. He's very dangerous. Here's that payoff I had promised y'all from the beginning. There it is. So he got the pick, and number 21, Darqueze Cone, is not good at tackling, but he's excellent at pass receiving. And that's what makes the game fun to me because I understand it. So here we go. 2 minutes left. I'm feeling comfortable now. 27-14, inside trap is wide open. He gains 12 yards, 1st and 10 from the 38, and I'm interested in running clock. Well, maybe I'm not. I'm trying to score. Back to throw. Here comes the pressure. See, now this is probably going to make me try to slow down some because of that sack. So we're going to run double T again, which is our trusty trap. We get it more respectable. It's 3rd and 9. Now I'm thinking about milking the clock to see if I can prevent them from getting the ball again. When I run this out route, can we make the first? With our receiver to the left, Ali, here's the throw. Makes the catch. He's close to the first. Now, they gave it to us. It looked like he was short. But they gave it to us. Wow, that's home cooking. That's home cooking. This is the first time I think I put Pullard in, number 25, as a running back. He hasn't had a carry yet today. He leaks out into the flats, but I throw it a crossing route. Did he make the catch? Yeah, he did make the catch. The receiver, Ali, we're across midfield, 2nd and 4. A minute left. Now I'm trying to score. Double T, the trusty trap, they stopped it. So 3rd and 2. This is dangerous territory. So now I'm running a little bit of clock. I'm scared. I'm nervous. Not sure if I'm going to get where I need to be, and I need to milk the clock. So we run Jimmy Biggs up the gut. He's hit, turns sideways, and picks up the first down. Okay, now I take the brakes back off. Now I'm going to see if I can score. Not worried about Miami getting the football again, unless I throw a pick. I got my tight end running cross route. Here it comes. The throw shallow. He runs past the linebacker and gets the first down, and we're close to field goal territory. I used the timeout earlier, so I got 2 left. Gotta be careful. Is this trusty trap? Yep, here it comes. Bang. There's the action. He's up the gut. He almost, man, he stayed on his feet. It looked like he was going to score. So I called my timeout, burned one. We're at the 7-yard line, I think. That hole opened wide up. They thought I was going to throw a pass. They've seen tight end hitches. They've seen crossing routes, out routes. They don't know what's happening. So now Nolan Morris, because of this inside trap, had 17 carries for 122 yards. Here comes the Wildcat. Receiver, he's going to come across, get the pitch. Here it comes, bang. Oh, he's good defense. They shot the gap. Tommy Gizzy. Man, he shot the gap, made the stop. 17 seconds left. What am I going to do? I'll make sure that they won't get the ball again. We run inside trap. I got one timeout left. I'm going to burn it. See if I can kick the field goal, right? Yep, here we go. Timeout. And here comes the kick to see if I can make it 30-14. And then I'm out of here. It's been a great presentation. Hopefully you guys have learned something on this Texas University versus Miami University. There's a lot to look at, a lot to pay attention to. If you want to become a play caller, an excellent play caller like myself, take this information, gather it, and run with it. So I'm out of here. That's 30-14. And I'll talk to you guys on the next telecast.